Are we back? Has we returned? Is it the functional? At Infamous Gemini, hope you will stream Aether Revolt set when it's coming. Yeah. Gemini, definitely, if you can hear me right now, don't let any of these mentions that your stuff is laggy ruffle your feathers. That is some of your fans' ways of saying that they want to enjoy your stream. So, it's a compliment and a request in disguise. They want to see you play. They just don't want to see you lag. That's all. They don't want to see it. They can't bear it. Seeing you lag. It would make them cry. It makes me cry. That I'm projecting. There is never enough good duel stuff to watch. There's plenty of people putting out things on YouTube, but man, I run out of the ones I enjoy very quickly. Now. Hey, that's even a sarcastic face, but CGB is the best for sure. Thanks. Like, now I don't know how to take it. He compliments me, of which I would be very accepting. Like, oh, you like me. That's so nice. Alright, so in the chat right now, keep or mulligan? Keep or mulligan? Tell me what you would do. I'm going to keep this hand. Yes, I am. Okay. But yeah, so he's like, you're the best for sure. Sarcastic face. And I'm like, I don't know what you mean. Now, in terms of view power, Legend's the best. Hence, I rip off his deck and play it when I don't know what to do with myself. Oh, this is tough. The blue mana lets me play these when I draw another land. The green or the red mana lets me play the Brawler. This is actually pretty bad. So, since I'm not doing any, I'm going to see what my opponent does. Keep but be sad about it, says Nighthawk. Word. I am sad about it right now. My opponent's doing nothing. My opponent's doing something. They have a Sage. Okay. Alright. Decision a time. I guess there's no guarantee I draw another mana. I'm going to take the mountain. And do I shock this now? He's going to have better creatures. But the energy and the pump spells may mean I don't get a good opportunity to do this. So I'm just going to fire it off, as that will be an adequate enough chump blocker against the Longtusk Cubs. And look at what we did. Oh, so clutch. Deck is brilliant. Alright. Drew the land we needed. Drop in the cupboard. This stream not sponsored in any way whatsoever by this blue raspberry type Mountain Dew. But it keeps me going, so there's that. Longtusk Cub. Cub on Cub. He has energy, I do not. Bad situation. Ooh, buddy! Got there! If he has... Alright. So, our opponent could have that little card called Blossoming Defense, but I think we have to put it to the test, because if he doesn't, we're in great shape. Boom! A Titan Strength would have also been very rough, but either way we could have attacked into him and he couldn't outgrow us. So, do we want to outgrow him right now? Do we want to play a Brawler, pump a Cub? There's a good argument too, but I think what I really want to do is play another Cub. If he has his own Galvanic Bombardment, he can respond and we're out of luck. Love the little dance, energy on energy. Now, if only I can get black mana in here and a Winding Constrictor so that I get an additional energy counter with every energy I generate. App says Brawler Pump for sure. I think that's a touch aggressive. I really do. Could be wrong. And again, it would have gotten blown out by like a Galvanic Bombardment. I don't know. Our opponent is double cubbing. Here we go. Alright, so now our opponent's tapped out, which is great. Now we can play Brawler. We have energy to pump both Cubs, which means our opponent is going to have to figure out how the heck they're supposed to block the Cub beats. Ooh, okay. I pump this Cub. Okay, opponent pumps that Cub. See, now we have the choice, is we can trade 3/3 Cubs. I'd rather be left with a 4/4 Cub, so I'm going to pump the other Cub, or this Cub, which is what happened because our opponent, you know, they had to move, so we get to move. Alright, Gemini says, in your opinion, CGB, what is the best color to splash in red-green energy? Do you splash both U and B, blue and black? And I assume you're meaning with Aether Revolt. I have to try the Winding Constrictor thing, so I have to try out Jund Energy and the Menace guy, who draws cards with energy, so I've got to try Jund Energy. But obviously right now it's Temur Energy just because of Whirler Virtuoso, which is really like one of the only good reasons to pump it at all. So here comes Verdurous Gearhulk. How do we handle that? Yeah, there aren't any good attacks here. I'm trying to think if there's a good bluff here, but I don't see it. I don't see it. So I suppose we have to get out the flyer and try to keep so much pressure on the board that the opponent can't really attack with their Gearhulk. Alright. App says I might play a tad aggressive. Hey, that can be good. Nighthawk, holy crap, 5 Cubs. Yeah, it's a Cub-on-Cub battle. Clubbing baby Cubs. For some reason I like that less than Seals. And Bounce, not staying long. Just stopped to say thanks for joining the podcast. You're welcome. Thanks for having the podcast. It's much more to organize and put on than it is to show up and dump opinions on everyone, so you deserve more credit than I. Never bluff in duels. Most people don't play around anything. I only bluff against opponents with sleeves. That's my rule. If his deck was all sleeved up, I might throw a bluff at him, because sleeved up opponents, they don't want to get got. Alright. What are we doing? Attacking with everything? If we generate enough energy, we can do a lot of blocking. Let's see. I hit him with U and U, and then I have 4 energy. So this can be a 4/4, and with this can be a 7. So that's not enough. But with a Brawler, oh yeah, that'll be enough. Okay. So we'll do it like this. We're not going to pump the Brawler. If he wants to trade it with Nissa, that's fine, because I need the energy to make a big Cub to square off with Gearhulk. We really want to avoid gang blocking Gearhulk, but we're not going to have a choice soon. There's some energy. There's some energy. There's another Cubber. Let's see what happens. No Chandra's Ignition. No Chandra's Ignition. No Chandra's Ignition. Options. Let's see. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I'm sitting on a black screen too. Yay for playback issues. I just tried toggling source and it didn't do anything. Obviously, some of y'all are. Some of you guys can see it, or else I think I'd have a more a greater uprising. And my opponent has left the game, so our opponent Alpha swung at us, and it looks like then they didn't get the kill that they wanted. Sorry, I got a little distracted because people say that the screen is black, and then I looked over here, and guess what? My screen was black. Nice, right? Okay, so here's what I did, and I'm on a desktop using Chrome browser, and I went to options, and I switched the HTML player back on, and I switched the quality to source, and I toggled them off, and I switched it back on. When I switched it back on, it came on again. So right now I do not have a black screen. But I do know that this is a thing that can happen. All right, it looks like Kappa found it. All right, and we took down what was probably one of the more competitive games so far. It was Temur Energy versus Red Green Energy. I don't think that the blue saved us. We didn't get to like Confiscation Coup, a big Gearhulk or anything, but we pulled it off. CGB, you should blink more often. What are you talking about? What? You want some Morse code? What? You think I need to hydrate my irises? I do not. These eyeballs are surgically repaired and specifically for millions of hours of gaming. Hey, Nighthawk's here. Yep, Nighthawk, the great celebrity. I actually really enjoy it. I enjoy it very, very much when people come in here and like nerd out that Nighthawk is watching. Like, a Nighthawk, I love your channel. Sign my mouse pad, please. Nighthawk, will you send me a signed mouse pad? I still need some swag from you. Para says, yo, CGB and friends. What up, Para? I don't know why. Saying your name multiple times sounds good. Para. Uh-oh, somebody's bringing the elves. We have to give this deck the elf test. It wouldn't be an Xbox meta without the elf test. Just broke 1.4K. Time to cash in on ads. Oh, on your channel? Dude, sell out. It's totally worth it. You'll get literal pennies for the hours of work you put in. Literal pennies. All right. Keep or mulligan? Keep or mulligan? Sound off for me. I'm going to... My choice is keep. I've got 3 lands. It covers all the colors. There aren't many bad top decks, although the hand itself is very underpowered. And we're going to lead on the harbor. We got keep, we got keep, we got keep. And yeah, give a fluff. Hi, I turned on the Connect. It's been in the closet a long time. At the top of the stream, if you guys watch the replay, you'll hear this, but at the top of the stream, I talked about how once upon a time I turned the Connect on just once, and I was caught like midway through the thing. I obviously didn't remember it was on. So it's on me. I'm on YouTube somewhere. It's me like picking my nose, like really blatantly. I was traumatized. I was like, oh my god, I didn't even know I did that. So I swore never again, but time goes by, heals all wounds. Hopefully my nose picking habit has curbed a little bit, and here we are. Not gonna lie, hasn't been a full year since I picked my nose or anything, but I'm working on it. There's almost an accountability thing. I have a spot right here. It's kind of, it's not a ward, it's just a weird growth. It's like something I can't get rid of right here. And I have a bad habit. I play with it while I play Magic. Like, I just, like, pick at it. And I keep picking at it until sometimes it bleeds when I get too stressed and I'm picking at it too much. So, with this camera on, I'm going to be conscious of how much I pick at it. I hope. I also did not spend the energy on a Thopter on purpose. I think I can do other things with the energy, like protect this here Hydra. You said you play duels while standing up. I do in the other room. Okay, so this is me in a chair, and when I play tournament matches or things like that, I do play standing up. And this is now in my office, so the TV's at a different height than it was in my dojo, my Fortress of Solitude, where I spent most of my time pacing. So, if I were standing up, it'd be something like this. And then you'd see me just going off. Speaking of going off, we got the triple Foundry Inspector draw and the Renegade Freighter. So that's pretty wild. That's a something crazy. Alright. Do we have new cards for Delirium? Not really. There are probably some cards you can slot in, like Fatal Push, but nothing that changes the strategy very much, and definitely nothing that gives us more payoff, which is what Delirium badly needs. So, here's a question. Whew. Nice. I think we're supposed to be Rec-Saging this, but there is an argument to say wait till our opponent activates this card, because then we can Galvanic Bombardment it instead. And then he wasted some tempo tapping an Inspector to activate it. Also, do we send in the Hydra? If we do, our opponent can really get their double blocks blown up by these, so I like it, and we've got to start the party somewhere. It's just going to make everything pretty awkward for the opponent trying to figure out what to do, except for, of course, chump blocking with their guide, with their Awak guide. And they're going to power up the freighter. Alright. And let's see. If he only blocks with the freighter, we can go double energy pump, right? Yeah, that would kill it. So let's see if he double blocks. Single block. Now, is that the best way to spend energy? There's the double block. Okay, so this gets interesting. Nothing. Okay, well, take 4. I'm fine with that. Fine with that. Now, we have a weird option of playing Chandra. We could plus it and double Galvanic Bombardment. And then we have the energy to make copters to block for her. I really think that's saucy. So, we're going to use the mana. We definitely want to shoot down an Inspector and the Freighter, because the Freighter causes a lot of trouble. He dodged a blowout. You're right. Our opponent saw it coming. And this turn did just get legit gross. Like, I'm disgusted. Para says, just finished your video with Super Friends of yesterday. I'm a little over the Super Friends for a minute, but thank you. I did, there are 2 Super Friends videos up on YouTube, which is the first time I've put something up there in forever, so if you guys want more Super Friends, you can go in that direction. I'm glad we saved the Sage. This is a very large, this is a very large vehicle. Well, opponent? Our opponent does not dare attack. The fear is real. It's too bad, like, if the Sage was still in our deck, we could Chandra Bellower Sage. But since the Sage is not still in our deck... Oh. Oh no. Oh no. But just... Is it hot in here? I'm trying to get a little semi-creative with my titles. I know I've been a bit rigid and serious. This is a vehicle deck that... Let's see, what are some good vehicle puns for a bad vehicle deck? Engine failure. It needs a recall. I don't know. There's got to be some good things there. So, what do we do? Do we steal this? 1 damage to target creature or player when it attacks. Crew 3. I mean, the crewing won't be a problem. I don't know. I kind of just want to... I think what I want to do is just Sage it. I think I can hold off on stealing it. I really like you putting your stuff on YouTube, so it's much easier to watch at 2x speed. Alright. I get it. I hear ya. I know. I can get to I can get into spots where I take my time a lot, so I hear ya. Alright, now we'll send Hydra in there. Another very gross turn. Where you come from? Maybe there's a translation. Maybe you guys are both European. You can talk about it. Alright, so I'm glad we didn't steal anything with this coup yet, because his Reclamation Sage would have just killed it. So we dodged a bullet there. I didn't expect him to have Sage. That was just good old-fashioned luck. And me and my absolute resistance to moving all my eggs into a basket as often as possible. The animations in the game are slow, that's true. I do that with lots of plays on YouTube. Yeah. So that is a YouTube thing. Twitch, I mean, obviously you're watching live, speeding it up's not an option, but that is a YouTube thing. Alright. Get out there, Verdi. 1, 2, 3... 4? Like so. And now he'll have to do some funky blocking. If he wants to chump up on Whirler Rogue, maybe I'll spend my energy and make some Thopters. But let's see what he does. Netherlands! There you go! The Netherlands in the house. Alright. I always watch YouTube on 2x except Nighthawk, because you won't know what he's saying. Okay. Sever, I've been playing on Xbox for months and have yet to come across you or any other top players except for Immortal Reborn. I didn't know Immortal still played. Maybe he just retired from tournaments. Yeah, that's kind of the weird way it goes, Sever, man. The matchmaking's pretty busted. I get matched very rarely against people I know, and I've gotten to meet a lot of people. Nighthawk, like Nighthawk's speech pattern, all you need to know is welcome back, guys, and I will see you later. Is it Thopter time? Our opponent's at 9. I think it's Thopter time. Well, a Thopter time. We'll just show him that we know how to do it. We don't want to get blown out by the fog. That's inevitable. No extra ways to pump the things. I don't think. I guess we could go get more energy with the Bellower. But yeah. Let's just get in there. See if the fog gets us or not. Sky Whaler's a shot. Okay. That kills a thing. I got a PM saying I could stop could I stop talking like a Neanderthal about a week ago? I said never visit the north of England. Yeah, amen. You don't talk that bad, Nighthawk. I think some of us just don't know. We're just not prepared, not ready for that. But I watch a lot of Doctor Who, so my accent, my ability to comprehend British accents, between that and Sherlock, I have reasonable skills. Reasonable. You do push it a little, but don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. Alright, let's see if we can get one more on this deck. If we lock up, then we'll call it for this deck. If we get one more, we'll play one more before moving on. And we've got some well-armored, looks like a girl, could be a guy, don't know, hard to read, very big, pointy top of their head, the face mask and everything, hanging out in some, like, cloudy, Gondor-esque city. Looks very Ravnica, very guildy. Kreider, you missed it. We were ripping on Nighthawk's speaking voice. Oops, I called out someone who may want to lurk. My apologies. Keep or mulligan? Let me know in the chat. Keep or mulligan? I have my colors, and I have a removal spell and a play, so I'm going to keep. And I'm going to use the Evolving Wilds to go get a forest. Am I supposed to do that first or play the Sulfur Falls? Because if I play the Sulfur Falls, I don't know what my opponent could drop. Maybe Toolcraft Exemplar. That would make me want to Harness Lightning next turn. And it might affect what I wilds for. Although, if I go get a forest... no matter what I draw, I can play it off a hub. So I'll lead on the wilds. So we've got some votes for keep. Keep. Right on. Good day, foolish mortals. Is that Vert's thing? I don't know. I don't interact with Vert very much. I see that he posts, and he's got people who are clearly fans, and I know he likes control decks, but I haven't, like, personally had a lot of interaction with the guy. So, if he has a thing, I don't know his thing. I have to know his thing. He doesn't stream much, or does he stream? I think he's on my friends list, but I never see him stream, so he's probably not a regular streamer. My opponent has drawn their card. They are deeply contemplating the meaning of life. Yeah, Kreider, turn HTML5 on and off. Shuffle from high quality to source quality to high quality. Do those things. That seems to fix it. Farrah says, open your eyes. Then how would he read this? How would he read your chat comment? But you, yeah, you got him. Boom. Our opponent is now deeply contemplating their mission. Like, how will they handle this turn 1 tapped land situation? Maybe they have an Evolving Wilds and a lot to think about. Maybe they had an emergency trip to the bathroom. Many odds, many options, many choices. Magic is hard. Magic is hard. But our opponent, once upon a time, figured out how to sleeve up their deck, and they once upon a time won at least 2 games. So, there we go. That's going to be a forest. I guess we'll deny information, although I'm worried I'm going to fall asleep on their turn and forget to fetch. There is the plains. There is the Lone Rider, naturally. One must have a Lone Rider in this meta. Lone Rider, one of those cards that I think everybody likes to play, and I never see it win games. At least it's never beat me, and I rarely, if ever, play it. So, I don't know. Not a card that scares me. Alright, what's better? I think that Voyager is better. Let's get the energy flowing and make a bunch of Thopters. Needs to get max value out of those sleeves. Well, then you run 100 cards, right, Nighthawk? Well, maybe he doesn't have 100 white cards. But yeah, man. Max value. Oh, he's got the combo. He's got the combo, everyone. He's got the Aura plus Lone Rider combo. Let's see if it beats me today. Let's see if I fall to the Lone Rider. What is the Lone Rider? It like makes me think of like Ghost Rider or something, which makes me want to do the Johnny Cash song. It's like Ghost Riders in the sky. It that rides as one. Bum bum bum. So epic. Sacrifice a permanent. This creature gains flying until end of turn. So that's a bit of a problem. I have to remember that. If I target him with the coup and he has a mana open, he can sacrifice his Lone Rider and I don't get it. But if he doesn't have a mana open, I get to steal that bad boy. So we could also just kill it. There is that. We have the mana and the Harness Lightning. It has Trample. The thing is, if we take one more hit from it, we might be able to steal it. What do you guys think? Should I try to steal it? Do you want to see the Lone Rider stolen? I sort of do. It's such a dream-crushing play. How could you not want to do that? Alright, we got to vote for kill it. I don't know. I feel like I have to try to steal it. What if he has another aura? What if he puts a Nimbus Wings on it? I mean, it could be so glorious. It just could be so glorious. Alright, we got 2 votes for steal it. A seal clubber would steal it. Yeah. It's not proper clubbing. We have to teach him. We have to teach our opponent that all the eggs in one basket is the cardinal sin of Magic the Gathering. You win sometimes, but when you lose badly. Because we have to proper punish this guy for investing in Enron. Oh, there's Declaration in Stone. Okay. Well, you know what that means. He's tapped out. Oh no. Oh no. And he used a Declaration in Stone on a 2/3. Oh no! It's gonna be so bad. And this is casting cost? It is. It is casting cost. So I'm gonna net a whole bunch of energy from this play. This is gonna be gross. Alright. Prepare to suffer. Mine. Gimme. Now, okay, so Lunar Mantle. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has. Weird thing with enchantments, even if your opponent controls the creature, you still control the enchantment. So technically, our opponent controls Lunarch Mantle. However, it gives the ability to the creature, not to Lunarch itself. So now, it that rides as one has the ability. So our opponent can't use the mantle to sacrifice it. If our opponent does something to get this back, I don't know what they could do to bounce it. Maybe they play a Reflector Mage. We could sacrifice it to itself, and they don't get it back. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when it that rides as one runs wild on you? Well, our opponent's going to fortify Rampart. They're gonna build a wall. I didn't realize I was up against Donald Trump deck. Let's see. I think we'll just crank out a few tokens. Our energy isn't going to do things for a few turns. And I do want things to sacrifice to give it that rides as one flying. Bombardment. Meh. Thinking. Probably Hydra, sacrifice clue, or sacrifice token. I think having a permanent on the battlefield is better. Now, am I missing anything here? Trample, lifelink. Yeah, he can block that with the wall. Alright, so Hydra to the battlefield. Now we're just going to make the absolute most of this ridiculous game. Sacrifice a permanent. Choose this clue that I don't need to spend time cracking because I have awesome options in my hand. And send in the aerial beats. Opponent pauses to think about what the heck to do with their wall. Well, your wall ain't gonna do nothing. That's the way it's gonna be. Yeah, who's gaining life now? Alright, anything else? Not at this time. Nimbus wings on the wall. Yeah, that's a missed opportunity, isn't it? Alright. Thinky, 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 thinky. And concession. Okay. Did it. Alright. So, it turns out that the Legend deck has game against It That Rides is 1. In fact, I think that's one of the only times I got to steal something awesome. So, boom. Did it. I think the first game I played that was off camera, I got to steal an Angel of Invention where he put the +1/+1 counters on the Angel. That was pretty sweet. And it gave my guys a boost so I could swing for exactly lethal. Yeah, that was sweet. Alright, so that is that deck. Now we've got to play our next deck. So I'm gonna... What I have to do, I gotta get that deck ready and I gotta flicker the stream. So I will be back very quickly. Actually, first I'm gonna transcribe the next deck, so you can skip on to the next video if you watch this later. I'm just gonna transcribe this, end the video, and restart. So, what else am I gonna play today? I'm gonna play this guy. I did not delete your turn 4 kill deck, Gemini. It's still there. It's just not at the top of the list anymore. Because I've made a bunch of decks since then. Because I make decks a lot. So don't you worry. It's still there. Entered all that stuff. Is Yahenni better than Nantuko Husk in Kratz? It's not Infamous Gemini. I don't know why you want a sweeper in Kratz. No, Yahenni herself. Is it better than Husk? Not really, but it's an alternative to Husk. think you want both. I think you do. I think you'd rather have a Yahenni, another creature, and especially one with so many cool abilities going on, than have a different kind of sack outlet. Like maybe you don't play things like Evolutionary Leap now. I don't know. It's interesting. It definitely is another option. It remains to be seen how good Yahenni is. For example, is Yahenni a good creature in a deck against a deck with no creatures? So it's only a 2/2 haste at all times that might be able to get indestructible. I don't know. I don't know. Is it that good? Is it that good? Alright. I'm flickering the stream. I'm gonna use the bathroom, make sure I have beverages to drink, and I'll be right back. So if you want more, don't go nowhere.